Now with the guys from Causeway, we've got Patrick. What do you do in the band, Patrick?
I'm drummer and singer.
And we've got Connor.
I'm lead vocalist.
And we got Steve.
Yeah, I'm the guitarist.
And Patrick, you better explain. There's one member missing.
Yeah, Lucas, the bassist.
Why isn't he here tonight?
His nan. He's got rushed into hospital, so couldn't make it.
That's very understandable. Right, let's start off. Tell me all about Causeway, what sort of music you play, and I also understand this is your very first rehearsal.
Yeah, well, type of music we play are going for like Parkway Drive, Lamb of God, Kill Switch. Yeah, that's how we got started. And then how we got started was me and Connor were at a gig at the Shakespeare when Addicted were playing, and he asked me if I played any instruments. I'd played drums. So do you fancy getting a band together? So we decided to get a band together, but we didn't have a guitarist or a bassist. That's when Steve came in. So we got Sting, and here comes Danny.
We've got Danny from Addicted who's popping. Hello Danny, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. And congratulations on your news.
Oh, thank you. I'm absolutely chuffed. I only got told about 5 minutes ago.
Addicted have been chosen to represent Southport in a big national band Battle of the Bands competition, so well done to Addicted.
Thank you. Very nervous.
They want you to go now, Danny.
Love you. Love you, Danny.
So you're saying Patrick before we were rudely interrupted by Danny.
Yeah, we just got together because we were thinking of joining a band because I was originally in a band called Blue Lines, which
I remember seeing you at the Meals Cop Youth Centre.
But we didn't really go well, so we didn't kick off as much as we wanted to. So yeah, me and Connor thought of joining a band. Then we got Sting. I didn't know Sting. This is the first time I ever met Sting, so we're all new to this. So that's how we got together. Except
I've been in a band with Steve before. We were in Breeding Violence, but we're not in it anymore.
Yeah.
I noticed Breeding Violence are playing this Friday, aren't they, at the Meals Cop Youth Centre?
Friday.
But anyway, let's go back to the Causeway. And Connor, you're going to tell me why the band is called Causeway.
Basically, we wanted a name that didn't show how heavy we are or what genre we are, so I thought the name of my road sounded pretty cool, so Causeway.
originally you wanted to be called Gingers Don't Have Souls, but I was like, no.
And Steve, tell me all about the sort of music. If you had to describe the music in a few words or a few sentences, how would you describe it?
Well, I'd describe it as metalcore and hardcore, pretty much like a Parkway Drive sort of genre, but a bit different, like our own sort of stuff, like just so like quite significant, really. It's pretty different.
And I'm glad to say that when I arrived, you told me that song you're rehearsing before we did this interview, it's your own song, so you are writing your own material.
Yeah, I've got about 12 of my own songs or something like that, so yeah.
And Patrick, what do you want the band to achieve? Your very first rehearsal, you're here at the house in Southport, recording studio, rehearsal rooms. What do you want to be doing in, say, 6 weeks, 6 months from now?
Hopefully, like, gigging around Southport, like at the Shakespeare and the Institute and stuff like that.
So maybe you want to play Sunday live on the Fringe at the Shakespeare?
Yeah, would love to.
And what sort of people do you think like your sort of music?
Yeah, people that are very disturbed in the head, to be honest. Putting it in a nice way.
When we spoke on Facebook the other night, I was saying, when we do this interview, no swearing. And you got back and you said, but hang on, there's loads of swearing in the songs. Why do you think it necessary to have, we better put this question to Connor, as you're the vocalist, why do you think it's necessary to have swearing in the songs?
Because it kind of goes with, like, depending what you're talking about in the song. It's like some could be really serious things, so like showing feelings.
I was going to say it could show emotions like anger or something. It could show like, just could be quite cool or something like that as well. Like, could just be something to put in.
I mean, lots of heavy metal bands, they do have a lot of swearing, but over the years I've got to know them, an awful lot of them begin to pull back on the swearing because the big problem they find is they can't get gigs because some venues will not allow you to, I don't mind the odd swear word, but when it's just swearing all the way through, you've got problems. Isn't that something that worries you?
No, not really, because we don't like using like swearing like every time. It's like occasionally it'll be in a song or...
And most people won't understand it anyway.
Yeah.
It just sounds like noise to most people.
Talking about noise, you got the job of doing that noise. Does it ever hurt your throat when you do that?
Inhale vocals does, but all the others don't bother me. I've been practicing for quite a while now.
Would you sooner be singing an indie rock song or a pop song?
I've been there, done that. I wanted to try something new, so metal was the way for me.
So why is metal different to the other stuff that you've done? What is it about metal that makes you want to do it?
Because I love going mental. That's just the best part about anything.
As I noticed the other week at Sunday Live when you were in that mosh pit in front of the stage. You like your old mosh pit, don't you?
Yeah, but unfortunately, you had to stop it. So, yeah. But we
Right,
didn't listen. We made a wall of death, and then we had to go on stage at the end.
Have you got? In fact, you have got a Facebook page. Is that the best way for people to find out about the band, to go onto the Facebook page?
Yeah, I'd say pretty much it's a useful thing. You can share it, you can like post a link to your rates or whatever, and like just, you can put demos up on Facebook and quite easily accessible and things like that. So it's like easier than put it on some other website as well, because a lot of people are going to see it like just in the corner of their eye or something, or just check it out because they've seen it like just on the corner or whatever. So yeah.
And final question: why should people come and see a Causeway gig? What is it about the band? What can you offer the audience that other bands can't?
A really, really mental time.
The craziest show they've ever been in their entire life.
Well, it'll be brutal as balls.
So I missed that.
Very brutal.
Very brutal.
Yeah, it'll be a very brutal gig if you're going to a Causeway gig. Very brutal.
Well, I look forward to seeing it, and thanks very much for inviting me down to your very first rehearsal. I look forward to Live Sounds following your progress as the months go by. By all means, you can give a shout out.
I promised to give a shout out to Lewis from Driven Overboard because he got us 72 likes, so shout out to Lewis.
Lewis Hobson,
Yep.
my old radio partner from many years ago on June FM. So now I do genuinely wish you well, and by all means, let me know what's going on. Do you want to give a shout out as well?
Well, we are looking for a second guitarist currently, and before we start any gigs or anything like that, it'd be really helpful if someone joins in as like rhythm or lead or whatever, just to make things a bit more powerful and a bit heavier and make like a lot of the riffs sound miles better. So
if anyone's interested, contact you guys on Facebook. And Connor, the other two have had a shout out. Anything you want to give a shout out to?
My best friend Callum, because like he's always shut up, Patrick, because he's always loved metal, and like I always try and get him to come to gigs, but he's a little busy a lot of the time. But he better not be when we gig.
Well, I wish you well, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin.
Thanks, Martin.
yeah, thanks Martin. Thanks to whoever watches this.